Aziz, 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 Aziz. Hey, listen, I am not here to act as if people aren't balling out when they are balling out. It doesn't matter who I am a fan of. What I am a fan of is great play. And Aziz Ojulari is having the half that made myself, the front office, and New York Giants fans sit back and go, this guy can be one of them ones. So one of the things we've always known about Aziz Ojulari, he's always had that quick twitch. He's always had that ability to get off the ball fast. The first non-sack where he actually had Joe Burrow in the grasp and let him go, that was a situation I feel like where he didn't want to get like a roughing or any type of extra, and then thought maybe, okay, he got rid of it while I've got him in the grasp. I blame that on the referees. He has him in the grasp, right? He has him in the grasp, and for some reason they don't blow the whistle to like end it. But Aziz Ojulari is the story of the first half for me. The defense had one bad play. They had a couple where they've let up some stuff, but one bad play, and that is the run by Joe Burrow when he was able to get off. I have notes. Aziz has looked twitchy. If like Aziz has looked twitchy. Brian Burns has looked twitchy. Both of those dudes have been doing what the defense wants. Imagine what happens, because remember, Kayvon Thibodeau got hurt, but he's coming off. He got hurt in a game where he was playing really well and he was twitchy. So now you've got all three of those goods. When you've got all three of those guys in at the same time, I think it's going to make a big difference. I want to get to some of your questions right out the gate. Patricia Waterman, shout out. Thank you for joining me. Don't you think the O-line needs to block better for the run? I've been consistent, right? I've been consistent in saying that the O-line needs to block better for the run. I just couldn't say anything last week because they were able to run the ball. But ultimately, they have to be able to perform better. They have to be able to block better than what they are blocking right now in order for this team to not become one-dimensional. They can't get into a position where it's all just on Daniel Jones to just throw if this team wants to have success. One of the reasons why this game is at 7-0 right now is because there were opportunities that were missed in the passing game, right? We'll get into it. So the offensive line needs to block better for the run. I agree with you, Patricia. The offense definitely needs to block better. Larry Thompson, if anyone is a Georgia fan, they already know how he is and was in college. I think Giants fans know how Aziz was for the Giants. You go back to his rookie year, he was all of this twitchy. This is not like brand new, right? This is not something out of the blue. He hasn't been healthy, and because he hasn't been healthy consistently, the Giants felt that they needed to add more. And I'm not mad at adding more, because I think you need 3 and 4 pass rushers on the edge, right? You need 3 and 4 pass rushers on the edge, but they didn't get that. And so now they have an extra one. So when KT goes down, Aziz steps in, it still looks great. Having a fantastic half of football for Aziz. White and Charles says, would you put Hyatt in a slot? No, I wouldn't put him in a slot, because the problem with putting him in the slot is that in the slot, you have to be able to do everything. You've got to be able to press deep. You've got to be able to work underneath. And in this offense, in the slot, you really have to be able to work underneath and on the intermediate. And we just have not seen Jalen Hyatt be able to do that. James Henderson says that Jalen Hyatt is nowhere to be found. No, I saw him. I saw him on that one deep pass. That they tried down the left side where he was not able to get to the ball. It looked like he might have been interfered with, but I didn't see somebody who looked like he was doggedly attacking the ball. And that's the problem I see for Hyatt, is he doesn't seem as if it is, I'm getting to this football at all costs. And that's why he's not having the success that people believe. Henderson also asked, what do you think about the play calling? Defensively, again, hey, listen, Coach Bowen is growing on me. He's growing on me. He still leaves a lot of holes. He leaves holes, but you have to be able to find the holes. And if you can't find the holes before the defense collapses on you, it doesn't matter that there are holes there. There are holes. There are things that can be exploited, but the defense is doing a great job of making plays before those holes can be exploited. And truth be told, that's what most defenses do. They're giving up something to take away something else. And I think that right now, this defense and Shane Bowen has done a great job of disguising things to a level where they haven't been able to take advantage of it. The only issue was that one play where we didn't have the quarterback accounted for. If I'm the defensive coordinator, to me, I'm going, that's on me. I must have called something wrong there. And if it is on a player not doing their job, then I am on their head about that later on. Offensively, the play calling has been, I don't mind I shouldn't even say that. You know what? Let me take that back. The play calling has been good. I won't even say The play calling has been good. The execution of the play calling has not been the greatest. And quiet as it's kept, our best offensive lineman, the Giants' best offensive lineman, has had some issues. He let up a sack. He had the ineligible man downfield that brought back the long play to Darius Slayton. But then also, Daniel Jones missing on the crossing route deep. Daniel Jones missing on the deep ball to Slayton on the right side up the side. He had a step on DJ. He could have gotten the ball to him. He just missed that. So those are on players to make this offensive play calling better, in my opinion. No, Doc, DJ can't slide. I don't think. By the way, sliding is not something that is natural. If you don't understand or have a sliding is very similar to any other skill. If you have not practiced it, it doesn't come naturally to you. I don't know if Daniel Jones ever played baseball, but the best sliders in football all have backgrounds in baseball, which a lot of quarterbacks do, right? A lot of quarterbacks played baseball in high school, and some even played baseball a little in college. And so they understand how to slide. I don't know if Daniel Jones ever played baseball, but it does not look like it. It does not look like it at all. It is an Aziz revenge tour. I think he's played well all year. And I think that what we've seen from Aziz, is that he's been performing well in his role as the spell guy for both sides. And I said earlier on this week, right? I said earlier on this week that Aziz needs to be able to show that he can hold up in a full-time capacity the way he's been able to hold up in a part-time capacity or in a spell capacity. So far, so good for Aziz. Deonte Banks has had a solid first half. Not like anything that you would be like, oh my gosh, we're in trouble. Can he be a little tighter, a little stickier on coverage? Absolutely. But he's done a job. Again, ladies and gentlemen, it's only 7 points that's been given to the Cincinnati Bengals, a team that has been putting up a ton of points. So to me, I can't be mad at what Deonte Banks is doing at all right now. I think Ronnie Rivers is talking to is she, is either talking to Deonte Banks having a great day, a great game, or talking to Azeez Ojulari having a great game. And I agree with both of those sentiments. So can we start attacking the intermediate game? I've been calling for the intermediate game. Here's the problem. I don't know who the other wide receiver is to attack the intermediate game because they're using Azeez kind of in both worlds. Remember, that long pass that should have went for a big gain and put the Giants in position to be able to score before the half, that long pass was the intermediate game. And because of the ineligible man downfield by AT, it got negated. So I think you'll see them try to come back to that later on in this game. I think we need to get the ball to the tight ends more. That's difficult because the tight ends have not proven to be worth getting the football to. Now, do I think they need to be part of the offense? Absolutely. But they have two tight end sets out there a lot. And those two tight ends don't seem to be manifesting themselves into the play call where they are a factor as a pass receiver. And so that's a problem for me right now. When I look at them, I'm like what else do they need to do? If you're on the field, you need to be a part of the problem. I'm sorry, part of the solution, not part of the problem. Right now, they're part of the problem with this core being able to get the ball and do something with it. Larry Thompson, RPO seems to have some traction. What do you think? Using it more in the second half? Definitely, right? You definitely want to be able to give your quarterback that run pass option, but the run and the pass has to be to an extent where he doesn't find himself having to run, because the run pass, which is triple option, really, it doesn't matter how you do it, has to be done in a way that protects Daniel Jones. Too many big shots on Daniel Jones while running. I don't really need to see Daniel Jones running into places where he's going to take heavy hits. Who do you have behind Daniel Jones that can do the things that Daniel Jones does? Right? That's the problem. So you want to make sure that you protect him, but also run game with some passing behind might be able to keep the passes back long enough to let the run game develop a little bit more. I know we're running out of time. But just some things. Andrew Thomas, not a great first half for Andrew Thomas. Burns showing consistency in his explosive disruption of an offense. Azeez, we talked about. Pinnock out. Belton in. We're seeing more of the depth, right? Being able to absorb an injury like Pinnock is going to be big. We got to make sure, if I'm the Giants defensive coordinator, you got to make sure that you are watching what Joe Burrow does. You got to get a spy on him to make sure that he's not. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you all joining me. Enjoy the second half. I love you. Make sure New York Giants on SI. That's where you get all of your New York Giants news and information. And right here, the New York Giants on SI YouTube channel. Make sure you go ahead, lock in, subscribe. Until next time, I'm Coach Gene Clemens, and I have a giant issue.